As they race up towards the line.
Russell's going along like a winner.
With a photo finish between second and third.
Oh, it was close.
Thanks for joining us to the SmartB Racing update as we cover the races across this weekend, and one of the biggest weekends ahead on the racing calendar, so really looking forward to it. And Joe joins me once again. Joe, how are you doing?
Great, really looking forward to this weekend's racing.
Yeah, there's a lot on the table.
Sure is.
Yeah, that's it. So we've got, as you said, 3 Group 1s at Randwick and $1 million race, and a few big races as well at Flemington. Both of them 10 race cards, so a lot for punters to get into there. And also the Kalgoorlie Cup, which we'll touch on as well. So big weekend ahead, and it does kick off as well. Moonee Valley's racing their Friday night racing as usual tomorrow night as well. So Randwick, we've got 10 race card, and as we said, 3 Group 1s and $1 million race. It sort of kicks off around race number 6, and this is the Flight Stakes. You've got Autumn Glow here, another ultra impressive win last start. It was just a little bit different to where it's been settling recently, much more on the speed and put them away easily. And Snowy May also on the second line of betting, who did make pretty good ground off Autumn Glow late, but I don't think it'll turn the tables here. And Lady Shenandoah resumed with a big win. Joe, I think Autumn Glow should be winning this comfortably. Do you have any thoughts?
I'm on Autumn Glow too. Chris Waller, James Mack, unbeaten in her 3 starts. She looks kind of special. I'm on her.
Yeah, she does. I know that there's Everest Talks. It's obviously a big step up, but from what it's done, I know there's a lot of raw talent early. If you watch its earlier races, trying to put it all together, and it's good to see it's versatile, settles on and off the speed. And generally speaking, if the danger in the market doubt it'll be able to turn the tables and the race sort of falls apart after that. So looks Autumn Glow's race to lose, and Barrier 3 and J-Mac can only see good in transit there. On to the next one. Interesting here. We've got a lot of our top shelf sprinters versing in the Premier Stakes. Giga Kick, all the rage, $2.50 in the market. It was just fair when resuming, I thought, but it was a decent break. It's got to find a few lengths to catch up to Bella, who just couldn't pick up Iron Me. And just as honest as always, Bella Nipotina, 270 about at the moment. A huge run last start. I thought it was a bit unlucky not to win. Just got out a little bit too late, picking up Iron Me, and form's being franked. So she'll be hard to beat as always. Think about it. On the next line of betting, not too sure where it's at, but it's 11 from 17, and it's 2 out of 2 track and trip. So take it out at your own peril. And then Marzu, who's probably looking for the rain. Is there anyone you like in this one, Joe?
I think this is a tricky race. And last year, Think About It won, and Bella Nipotina was a place. And the year before, Marzu came second. I really like Giga Kick, but with, you've got 3 horses who've been around in this race before, and you get that thing where a horse has a certain time of year when it shows its best. So I'm wondering if Think About It could be a danger there. And, of course, Bella Nipotina, you can never leave her out of anything. Who have you gone for?
Yeah, it's pretty tricky. I think as the three we've mentioned, I think it's clear cut a race between them, but I don't really see a whole lot of value. If I had to land on one, I'd probably say Bella, but I wouldn't be shocked if Giga Kick won, and I wouldn't be shocked if Think About It back to its pet track and trip one as well. And none of them are over $4 right now, so I'm probably going to steer clear. Maybe you could box them up potentially. I think Marzu's probably going to need it pretty heavy. It's getting a little bit hard to catch for punters, and then the race just really falls apart after that. So maybe we can box them up. I do think Bella, if I had to pick one, but I'll probably steer clear of this one. Race 8, Metropolitan. This is a stacked field. The favourite's obviously number 21, so we've got a really big one here. Unusual Legacy. I was pretty keen on it last weekend. I thought it had its chance, but Cherry Ripe for this, 4th up. It was only narrowly defeated, so it looks a good setup here. Zardozi's starting to frustrate me this prep. She's on her 4th run. She was good, fresh, and then just fair, her next 2. She needs to lift, but this track and trip, she's got a really good run over it, so can't rule her out. Land Legend should be around the mark, but yeah, getting hard for punters to catch as well. Etna Rosso was good, won the Newcastle Cup when it had good support and showed off a nice turn of foot that day, so that's in the mix. First Light on the quick backup after a big win last week. There's a lot of chances in this. There's a good sort of 10 or more chances below the $20 mark. Do you like anyone in this, Joe?
I was going to go Etna Rosso each way, but then I saw it was number 13, barrier 13. So I'm not sure if that's a good sign or a bad sign. But that was my each way. There's nothing.
It was a good turn of foot.
Yeah.
Last start. I was on it last in the Newcastle Cup. The money was spot on. I thought it was a really good effort from where it was. It just clicked up through its gears nicely. And it's got 51.5. So I see where you're coming from. It's a tricky one, though. Lots of angles to take. I think Zardozi's a big chance if she finds her best. But, yeah, it's D-Day for her. She's 4th up. If she's not going close in this, I'm not sure I could back her again. And then Unusual Legacy was fair last start, but I'm not too sure. I thought it probably should have won that race, and it didn't. And that was a BM88, so I think it's harder here. And I'm not too sure I'd really want the 6s about it in this kind of field, but certainly can win. It's got a nice setup. So a pretty tricky race, maybe worth keeping an eye on the market late. But Etna Rosso is what we both think should run well. Joe, another tricky one. The Epsom, we've got 650 for 3 favourites, dead set wide open. And 2 of them are drawn really wide. And then Kovalika, who's barrier 1. Can't remember the last time Kovalika won, but certainly classy. Really good record with J-Mac aboard. Not too sure where it'll get to from barrier 1. He's going to need some luck with his running pattern. But yeah, J-Mac, if anyone, can overcome that. Royal Patronage, I know you were keen on it last start. It was a superb run. 3rd behind there. That's really good form for this. Barrier 17, but Timmy Clark, so I assume it'll be straight to the front. Not too sure how to pronounce it. Xiao Wolf, going along well. Not too far from the Flying Ilias, so that's good form for this. Tom Kitten, also in the betting. Was a lot of people keen on it last start. Was just fair, but its first up win very good. Nuggets 31 into 13, so a really good push there with Dylan Gibbons aboard, and also Democracy Manifest, Major Bill also in the mix. This is a huge field, and there's chances galore all the way down, I think, to Mikhail at $34, who was a big winner fresh. Have you landed on anything in this, Joe? If you've got the winner, you've got something at a price.
I was looking at the field, and the horses that Quinella last year are both running again. Redina won it last year, and his very long odds doesn't look likely this year, but Kovalika ran second, and of course it's got the inside barrier. So I like 2 of the shorter ones in the betting. That's Royal Patronage, who I following up from last time, and Kovalika. But it is very open, and I love these Randwick miles. This is a race that's usually won by a top quality horse.
Yeah, top quality horse and a top quality steer. I feel like whatever wins is going to really need a really good ride. I mean, Kovalik is good enough to win this from barrier 1. It's going to be needing a pretty good ride from J-Mac, and the same could be said about Royal Patronage, who I think I'll probably lean into those 2. But yeah, barrier 17, Timmy Clark will probably go handlebars down. He's going to need. This field's going to have as many as it's got right now, so a few should come out with scratchings, but yeah, intrigued to see how this plays out. That will be a game of tactics. So they're the big ones for Randwick. We'll just move over to Flemington. So we've got a couple of big races here as well. The Bart Cummings has got another reasonably big field and intriguing race because we've got Berkshire Breeze up favourite, who actually at one point was the Melbourne Cup favourite. Thought last start was ridden a bit cold. It was a good finale. Does look well placed here from barrier 2. Point King from the Freedman Yard looking for a hat trick. Pretty hard to knock the way it's going. A lot tougher here from its last start. It is going well. St. George is an interesting runner, UK import who's third up now and has been close. It was close up last start, mostly cloudy. Going along well this prep. Looks ready to win. Just behind Point King last start as well. And then there's still more chances. Methuselah, Manzois is good on its day. It's 1 out of 1 over this track and trip, but it's 2 from 19. So another pretty tricky race, Joe. I landed on Berkshire Breeze. I just think it ticks the boxes. It's just an honest horse. You look at its last, 10 or so runs, it just never misses the top 3. Last start, I thought it was a good effort. It obviously ran third behind Point King, so it needs the tables. I think it can. I thought it was probably just a bit too far back, but its finale was good enough. And start price was $1.45. People potted the ride, and other people thought it had every chance. But at the end of the day, $1.45 speaks volumes, and the start price was $1.30. So we've got a classy runner here. It's been up a while, so I'm not too sure how much fuel's in the tank. But yeah, I think it's the one to beat, and I think that it's can turn the tables on a few of these. Who do you think in this one, Joe?
Yeah, I like Berkshire Breeze too. And of course, I'll have my small bet each way on Vow and Declare.
The Warhorse.
Yeah, at this distance. He's been up a while, but he still puts in a good one now and again.
Yeah, he'll stay all day. Yeah, the form around Buckaroo and Wettall is actually quite nice for this. I think it's start price 5 lengths off Young Werder. So I see what you're saying. And the start prior he actually did beat Young Werder, so he's not a bad shout, Joe. It's $18 for anyone keen to take it. Does love this track, and he's a 9-year-old gelding, so he's certainly got class on his side. And we'll move across to the next race, which is race 8. So we've got the Turnbull Stakes, also a reasonably big-sized field. Just the form line we mentioned before, Buckaroo has come up favourite. He's looking for 3 in a row. This is interesting here. I know Chris Waller said Buckaroo is going along really nicely. Versistina, I'm seeing a bit online. It's either really keen or really keen to be against. There's sort of no in between. She was $11 fresh. No one expected her to win over that trip. It was a huge run. Last start, $2.60 against Mr. Brightside and Pride of Jenny. So that is a really very short price tag, about arguably 2 of some of our best sprinters. And $2.60 knocked up on the heavy. What do we do here, Joe? Do you think Versistina bounces back, or are you against?
I'm going for number 6 here, even though it's drifting in the market. Elias.
Yeah, the Waterhouse runner looking for 4 straight this prep. 10 out of 7 over this trip. Very, very consistent runner. Yeah, interesting one. Yes, a good import so far. Racing really well down here. It's probably hardest race it's had on paper. Barrier 16, so it'll need a good ride. But yeah, it's got a huge case. Another one I didn't mind, Joe, was a tissue. I know it's a match, but it's 2 out of 3 over this track and trip, and hasn't been racing a whole lot of luck. I think it can turn the tables on a few of these. It was 3.5 lengths off Versistina fresh. Third up, has a really good record. Loves this trip, and barrier 5. I think that's the smoke. Is $12. All the range of Versistina, but yeah, it has to find 3 lengths, and I think it can do that. I think it's good enough, and just with this record over the track, Versistina is, I think it's no leads from 5 goes over this direction. So whether that has anything to do, it's a win.
I do like a tissue when she's in form, and this track and trip is something she's gone very well at. Yeah, she is a good mare.
Yeah, I was super keen on it. I think it was earlier this year at Randwick when Blake Shin was aboard and Orr was about. She should have been that. I gotcha. So it's a very classy runner on its day. I know she probably out 3 different and almost still won. So start prior was third on Cascadian and Pride of Jan. So yeah, big chance of tissue. Intriguing race. Also, just got the Kalgoorlie Cup as well. So we'll get you to briefly run us down. Have you got a pick in the cup at all?
Yeah, there's only 8 runners this year, so it's a little disappointing. And nearly all of them came through the Boulder Cup. 2 weeks ago, I think, 22nd of September. And the horse that won that is number 2, Starry Heights. He won by 4 lengths. It's going up a couple of 100 metres, but when you can win by 4 lengths, looks a bit of a moral there. Starry Heights for the Kalgoorlie Cup. William Pike.
Oh, she's ripped out the M word. Yes, it's maybe a multi Autumn Globe. I'm sure that'll be a popular multi for punters. They both look pretty well placed.
Yeah.
That's a wrap for the weekend there. So that's good races to follow. Don't forget as well to follow SmartB on your socials. Check out the web, download the app, and of course have a look at the SmartB update, which will also be up on streaming services and Instagram as well. Joe, thanks for joining me. Hope it's a good weekend of success for followers, and I'll catch you next week.
See you, Bryce.
As they race up towards the line.
With a photo finish between second and third.
Oh,